Take a good look at that number on the screen. 158/986. If you're over the age of 60, there is a very strong chance that YOU, or someone you love deeply, has seen a number just like that on your own blood pressure monitor. And here is what worries me as a doctor. Most people see that number, feel perfectly fine, and think, well, I'll deal with it tomorrow. But here is what I need you to understand today. High blood pressure, what we in medicine call hypertension today, is not called the silent killer by accident. It has earned that name because it quietly damages your heart, your kidneys, and your brain, often for years, with absolutely no warning signs whatsoever. Here's the statistic that stops me every single time I share it. According to the American Heart Association, nearly 70% of adults over the age of 65 have hypertension. 70%. That means if you are sitting in a room with 4 of your friends right now, statistically, at least 3 of you are affected. Here is the good news. And I want you to really hear this, because this is why I made this video. You do not have to accept this as your fate. The food on your plate, yes, the food you eat every single day, patient, has an enormous, scientifically proven power to bring those numbers down, naturally, safely, without side effects. Today, I am going to walk you through 5 of the most powerful, doctor-approved, evidence-based foods and food strategies that can genuinely lower your blood pressure. These are not gimmicks, this is real medicine. Let's begin. Before we get into the 5 foods, I want to spend just a moment making sure we all understand what we're actually dealing with. Because knowledge is the most powerful medicine I know. Blood pressure is simply the force your blood exerts against the walls of your arteries as your heart pumps. We measure it in 2 numbers. The top number, systolic TAFE, measures the pressure when your heart beats. The bottom number, diastolic TAFE, measures the pressure when your heart rests between beats. Now, why does age matter so much? As we get older, our arteries naturally lose some of their flexibility. They become stiffer. And stiffer arteries mean the heart has to work much harder to push blood through them. This is why blood pressure tends to rise with age, and can, even in people who have been perfectly healthy their whole lives. On top of that, many seniors take medications for other conditions that can inadvertently raise blood pressure. Pain relievers like ibuprofen, certain decongestants, even some antidepressants. And of course, many of us have developed dietary habits over decades involving salt, processed food, and too little potassium pebble that compound the problem year after year. Here is what I want you to remember. Every 10-point reduction in your systolic blood pressure, just 10 points, reduces your risk of a major cardiovascular event, like a heart attack or stroke, by up to 20%. 20%. And you can start moving that needle today with your very next meal. Let me show you how. Way number 1 thing, and this is one I prescribe to virtually every single patient with elevated blood pressure, is to load up on leafy green vegetables. And I don't mean just a few wilted leaves on a sandwich. I mean making greens the true star of your daily diet. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, arugula, and romaine lettuce are extraordinarily rich in potassium, one of the most powerful natural blood pressure regulators we have identified in nutritional medicine. Here is how it works. When you eat potassium-rich foods, your kidneys are triggered to excrete more sodium through your urine. And since sodium is one of the primary drivers of high blood pressure, getting rid of excess sodium directly relaxes your blood vessel walls and brings those numbers down. Second, natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that literally tells your artery walls to relax and widen. Lower resistance, lower pressure. This is the foundation of the DASH diet, dietary approaches to stop hypertension causes, developed by the National Institutes of Health. Clinical trials show DASH can lower systolic pressure by 8 to 14 points in just 2 weeks. That rivals some prescription medications. My recommendation? Aim for 2 cups of leafy greens daily, spinach in your eggs, a salad at lunch, kale in your evening soup. Simple, consistent, powerful. Potassium is so critical for blood pressure control in seniors that it deserves its own spotlight. Most older Americans are getting less than half the recommended 4,700 milligrams per day time, and it shows up directly in their blood pressure readings. Here's the key relationship. Think of sodium and potassium as a seesaw. When sodium rises from processed food, restaurant meals, added salt grade, your body retains water. More fluid volume means more pressure on your artery walls. Potassium is the counterweight. It activates your kidneys to push sodium OUT and pull excess fluid with it. Now, everyone knows bananas pro, and yes, one banana gives you about 422 milligrams. But sweet potatoes are the real champion. One medium-baked sweet potato delivers over 950 milligrams. One whole avocado gives you roughly 975. White beans, lentils, and salmon are also outstanding sources. My recommendation: build potassium into every meal. Half an avocado at lunch, a baked sweet potato at dinner, a banana for your afternoon snack. Consistent, easy, and your blood pressure will respond. When I first told my patients to drink beet juice, they looked at me like I'd lost my mind. But here is the truth. Few nutritional interventions have a more solid body of scientific evidence behind them for blood pressure. Beets are packed with inorganic nitrates, not the harmful kind found in processed meats, but naturally occurring plant nitrates. On top of that, many seniors take medications for other conditions that can inadvertently raise blood pressure. Pain relievers like ibuprofen, the same artery-relaxing molecule we've discussed throughout this video. A landmark study in the journal Hypertension has found that just 1 cup of beet juice daily produced a significant blood pressure reduction within 3 to 4 hours fever. Approximately 8 millimeters of mercury systolic. Effects lasted up to 24 hours. Other nitrate-rich vegetables include arugula, actually the highest of all, dairy plus celery, fennel, and spinach. Combining these creates a compounding effect on your cardiovascular system. Try a small glass of beet juice each morning. Blend it with apple and ginger if the taste is new to you. Give it 3 weeks and track your numbers. Now we need to talk about the #1 dietary factor driving high blood pressure in seniors. And it's probably not what you think. It's not the salt shaker on your table down, it's the hidden sodium buried inside processed and packaged food. Over 70% of the sodium in the average American's diet comes not from the shaker, but from packaged foods, canned soup, bread, deli meat, salad dressing, frozen meals. A single serving of some of these can contain 800 to 1400 milligrams of sodium. Eat a few of them in a day, you've easily doubled the American Heart Association's recommended limit of 1500 milligrams for seniors guided, without touching the salt once. Here are 3 tools you can use starting today. First, read every label. Look for foods under 140 milligrams per serving crown. That's the FDA's official low sodium threshold. Second, choose fresh over processed whenever possible. Fresh chicken over deli meat. Fresh tomatoes over canned sauce. Third, swap regular table salt for potassium chloride substitutes like new salt. You get the salty flavor and the blood pressure benefits of potassium at the same time. Your taste buds adapt within 2 to 3 weeks. Most patients who make this change tell me that heavily salted food starts tasting overwhelming to them within a month. I saved the way to lower blood pressure for last, and I am totally serious. Eating chocolate and berries can actually help lower your blood pressure, and science backs it up. Both dark chocolate and berries have helpers called flavonols. These flavonols make your blood vessels work better and make nitric oxide. This means your blood vessels relax and your blood pressure goes down. A study in the British Medical Journal looked at 20 trials, found that eating cocoa flavonols regularly can lower blood pressure by 2 to 3 points. It doesn't sound like a lot. It adds up when you also eat leafy greens, beet juice, and foods with potassium. Berries are super helpful too. Blueberries are the most studied, and eating 1 cup per day for 8 weeks can lower blood pressure by 5 to 6 points. Strawberries and blackberries are also good for you. For chocolate, make sure it's at least 70% cacao. Don't eat milk chocolate or candy bars because they don't have the stuff. Eat 1 ounce or 2 to 3 small squares of chocolate per day. Think of it like a prescription. I'm telling you to eat a square of dark chocolate after dinner. You're welcome. Let's make a plan to lower your blood pressure. Here are 5 ways to do it. Fill your plate with greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard every day. They have potassium, nitrates that help your arteries relax. Eat foods with potassium like potatoes, avocados, bananas, and white beans. They help your kidneys get rid of sodium. Drink beet juice in the morning. 1 cup can lower your blood pressure in hours. Be careful with sodium. Read labels, choose food, and use a potassium salt substitute when you cook. Eat chocolate and berries every day. It's not a treat, it's a habit. Remember to talk to your doctor before changing anything. These food strategies can help. They're not a replacement for your doctor's advice. If you liked this video, please hit the button and subscribe. It helps me reach people who need this. Tell me in the comments which of the 5 ways you're going to try. I read every comment. Take care of your heart. See you in next video.